This call comes on the back of a weekend of a fairly intensive diplomacy between Washington and Moscow, talking about the details of a ceasefire, a 30-day ceasefire. Undoubtedly, President Putin will have wanted these details to go on in order to delay the moment when he has to either agree to a 30-day ceasefire or not. And undoubtedly, President Trump tomorrow will be saying to him on the call, what's the problem? Why can't we move on to a ceasefire fairly quickly? Because there are a lot of things on the table, says President Putin. One of the things that won't be on the table tomorrow really is Kursk. The Kursk operation that the Ukrainians initiated early last August is now finished. Effectively, the Ukrainians have been pushed out of Kursk. Last week, Putin and Trump both said that the Ukrainians were surrounded. That wasn't true, even though President Trump repeated, almost word for word, what President Putin has said. The Ukrainians are holding on still to a little bit of a sliver, about 15 kilometres wide, of southern Kursk region. They've been pushed out of the main area of Sudza, so they've lost the enclave, which they did have from last August, but they've been able to get out. There's been a bit of a scramble over the weekend. They've lost some men, they've certainly lost some equipment, but they certainly have not been surrounded, so they're now moving back onto their own side of the border. In effect, the Kursk operation is now finished. The question we have to ask ourselves is, while these 15,000 Ukrainian troops have withdrawn, the 60,000 Russian troops who were in Kursk to throw them out, 60,000, they will undoubtedly be redeployed. So where will they be redeployed? It'll take 2 or 3 weeks, give them a bit of rest and rehabilitation, give them a bit of retraining and re-equipment. They'll turn up somewhere else on the battlefield. Where? My guess is it'll be somewhere around Pokrovsk, because in this area, in Pokrovsk, in Chaziv Yar, in Kostiantynivka, all of the areas around here are the areas where the Russians really want to make a strategic gain. And if they bring those troops round and if they have some effect in 2 or 3 weeks' time, then we'll certainly see it. And that will be yet another reason for President Putin not to want to go into an immediate 30-day ceasefire.